have an angel of a dog, Mew Mew. She was with me since college all the way to master's and then my doctorate. And after I successfully defended my dissertation, several days later, she passed. It was really, really heartbreaking at the time. But another thing was that I thought about was that she waited until I finished my defense to die, to go somewhere else. Right. So that was so sweet of her. But after she passed and I got my degree, I didn't have that ac- accomplishment feeling of, wow, I finally got it. It was the weirdest thing because you would think, wow, you spent so long, so much time and all the hard work, and you finally did. You maxed out in the academic department, right? You maxed out. So you could finally tell everyone that you're a doctor. That's how a feeling should have been. But I don't know if it's because she had passed. I just knew at the time when I graduated and got my degree, I didn't have that excitement. I felt more lost about my direction, meaning, so I got it now. What's next? Right. So that was a weird confusion. I'm very grateful of getting the degree, but that feeling was real. And then I was already in my practice. I was working at a private practice for several years, and I got my hours and I got everything. But then I lost my angel. But then it was like this weird sense of freedom. I don't know if anyone has lost a pet. At first, you feel all the grief, and it felt like this part of me had died with her. And then after a while, after I processed the whole thing, I felt lost. And then after that passed, I felt free. So now I could go anywhere. That's how I felt. But I was working at a private practice, and then I saw it was very fulfilling because you're working with people. A lot of them had been with me for many, many months to maybe several years. And I've seen them grow or have these huge transformations where they could come from someone with low self worth to now a different person. And that was very, very fulfilling to hear, to know that what you do bring such impact. And not only that, it's the fact that I'm helping them, but helping me too. Meaning, whatever I teach, whatever I tell them to do, I'm at home practicing myself too. So I'm already pretty peaceful as a person, but after being a therapist, I might now my emotional space is like this good. Like it's like top notch. I feel like I'm so emotionally wealthy after helping people. That's the best part. But then I started thinking maybe this is time for me to put what I know out there to teach people what I learned and what I know and what I've practiced and what I've seen, how I help people, but make it a scale, right? Because now with the technology and the internet, I have the potential of my message reaching millions. That's the potential, right? So I don't know if I am going to get there anytime soon, but I'm just saying the potential is there. I could help so many more people. Then I've decided, okay, maybe I need to start this. I need to start this whole channel thing, even though it was very intimidating at first. Because think about it, it's easy for people to troll and go to a random video and to criticize someone's looks, someone's voice, someone's nose, maybe something. Or, oh, I don't like what you said, or they get offended, or they're projecting their traumas into how they perceive your videos should be or what you talk about. So I needed to be brave, right? I needed to have a thick skin and think that, okay, I need to be patient. I need to do this. just put your message out there, be kind and be helpful, and then you deal with it later. But it's easier said than done. It's easy to say, just ignore them. They're just NPCs and no big deals. They are haters and only maybe because you're good and people want to hate on you. Who knows? It's easy to say that. It's easy to give that advice. Hey, just try it. You never know if you never try, right? Easy advice, but it's so hard to do. So hard to put yourself out there, letting people know your goal and then failing, right? So that is like a big ego thing where you have to put yourself out there. And I got past that. I'm okay now. Then another challenge came. I'm thinking about myself as a person and my personality. What I'm good at is decoding. I like studying things, understanding, like a researcher. I want to know and be unbiased about what this means about this and why is this happening, what's underneath, why is it should be this, but then why is it that. So I want to know everything. Like if I watch a video that it has millions of views, I'm here looking at, so what did the creator do right? What is the underlying psychology happening here? What's the portion of people reacting to this? Maybe in the comments, they reacted to this part of the video. So I'm studying the mechanics of everything. This is just creation. But even in real life, I do that. So I have this analytical brain and decoding, and I major in psychology. So my content direction, I was so lost because I don't want to be a clipboard psychologist for many reasons. I mean, I have respect for them because I know there's a specific branding move. If let's say, Dr. Jordan Peterson, he is very intellectual. He's like a walking encyclopedia. So, I mean, when you look at him, you ask him any theories in humans, in psychology, he can answer you. But I'm not that. I only did enough to get an A. But my good thing is I do learn really fast and I could memorize a book really quickly. So if I study all night about attachment styles, I can come back to tell you a lot about attachment style. But that's not what I want to do, right? Anything about five signs of NARC or ADHD or any theories, psychologies, you can look it up online. And then we have AI. And there are so many creators that are doing that too, right? So, but then I don't want to be that psychologist talking above you like I'm just giving you information. I want to create a community. I want to talk with you. I want to share my decoding with you. And I welcome feedback, right? So I'm talking to you like I could be your bestie or a friend who happens to have a psychology degree through the lens of a psychologist, right? Like to see things through this angle. And with me as a person, for what I know, how I decode it, how I see things through my lens. So thinking about this content direction took me a long time. Another thing too, I don't know if I want to have to, because this is easy, right? Like I can lay here and talk to you, but I don't want to have to put on a professional outfit. 'Cause I like wearing skimpy outfits still, but I don't want to put on a professional outfit where could be wearing glasses and business casual or business suit like in my office filming. That is to me is a disconnection with my viewers, my potential future viewers. You, I want to be like this. It's almost like I'm talking to you on FaceTime. This is fine to me. That's not my personality either. When I go out and meet people, I don't tell people I'm a doctor. I don't say I'm Dr. Sabrina or Dr. Ping. I just say I'm Sabrina. Usually it's my family or friends who would tell others, hey, she has a PhD or she has a doctorate. But I don't like connecting people that way. I want to talk to people. I want to get to know someone. I want to really let me get inside their mind, get inside their world. And dropping back in a title just is a disconnect to me. And I'm also extremely lazy. To me, if I have to put on a suit like that every time, I would just not record. So My content direction, I knew I had to do a in a way where I'm creating things, but I'm not a clipboard information giver. I want to decode with you. I want to show you my way of seeing things, the nuances in a situation. There's so many. It's not black and white, so many things, right? You can see from what can a guy think, what can a girl think, and what is the middle person, all the people, all the mechanisms underlying just one situation. That's a lens. That's a lens that I want to invite you guys in or in filtered through my own lens and my own center, what my moral compass, that what I believe in, and that will come through from my videos. It took me 6 months to decide on this lane specifically. A human decoder who shares psychology and hopefully will bring some sort of sneaky perspective transformation with playful death, depth. I can't pronounce playful depth. And that would be my lane. And I'm trying to execute it. I've been doing it for the past month, 1 month straight. And it's so exhausting. It's exhausting. I tried to tell my brother how tiring this is. And he was like, oh, you can just ask AI to do it. They can write everything for you. No, brother, it's not that easy. You would think, yeah, you can ask AI to write scripts for you, but that's not how it works. To me, maybe because I'm so picky, they write me a script. It could be like a draft, but for me, I'm editing to the max. Meaning, does it sound like me? Does it sound too critical? Is this part even logical? How come these two parts? How come they don't make sense? Or the logic is a little flawed? How did it come from here to here? I am picky when it comes to what I'm putting out there. So then, to me, they can write me a script, but for me to write just edit it until the way I like. It's like each script could take an hour. And then after that, then there's the whole recording. Even a lot of times, even when as I'm recording, I notice, wait, this part sounds so textbooky. I don't want it. Let's rewrite that. Even as I'm recording, it could add an extra hour on the same script. Right. So it's a lot of work. And then now I even added Chinese subtitles, and the subtitles are not Google Translate. It is translating the whole emotional experience of the same English script where I'm thinking in English, but then I have to translate back in Chinese. And it's the way that people would understand it 100%. I watch a lot of Chinese dramas, so I learned a lot of slangs from different words. But then that even in itself is a long process. Let's say you add another hour to translate that and put on the videos and cross posting to different sites. So yeah, the whole process is a long time. I look at the people who have made it and I take a look at the page. They'll have uh, thousands of videos, and I don't know how to do that because to me, writing a script and posting it is, yeah, it's like maybe 1 day for one minute script is a lot to me. So then I'm like, how did people get so productive? Because I'm sure they have found a system that works for them swimmingly, right? Because to me, wow, takes me so long. Maybe I'm such a beginner. I don't know. But it's a lot of work, but not only that. So that when it comes to content creation, it's such a trip. I have so much respect for people who have made it because it's the beginning stage that is the hardest. Because I'm sitting here spending all my waking hours to do this. And you know how it is at the beginning? There's very low views on what I think is the good piece of content, right? Because we all like what we make. How come nobody's watching it? What's going on? So this is a time where we are, I mean, for anyone who's creating, we are giving maximum efforts with almost zero results. And that is very frustrating. It takes a lot of perse- per- persevere, perseverance to do this because you have to have a lot of self belief to keep yourself going every day. I am lucky that my mood is very peaceful every day, but still, I still caught myself maybe in the whole month of creating. There were maybe 2 days I'm like, oh, this is so hard. How come I'm posting? How come nobody saw? So when I say nobody, I mean 500 to 1,000 views. But then I'm still looking at it like, wow, I put so much work into this. What's going on? I have reframed it to something that works for me. I don't know if anyone needs to hear this, but to me, I look at the whole content creation like fertility. So basically, the way I look at it is I called the algorithm Uncle LG. So that's my nickname for him because it looks like an uncle sitting there deciding which humans to send to what content. And to me, he's this matchmaker studying what I put out to hopefully find the right matches, right audience, and right humans for my eggs. I call my content eggs. And to me, I'm waiting for Uncle LG to find me the right human so that he can send me quality human. So I want people who want to see my content to find my content. And that is the greater goal. And I know this part is extremely hard, extremely hard. It's like your ego plays tricks on you sometimes, thinking, ah, but there's no results. What's going on? But I'm still thinking, okay, I'm thinking in the long run. I give myself, let's say, 3 to 6 months of nonstop creating to see maybe take some time for them to find me the right audience. And also, if I give psychology tips, 5 signs of this, 10 signs of that, or psychopaths, that is an easier branding. It's easier for Uncle LG to find me an audience with that because it's all psychology. So it's easy to find, oh, people who watch psychology want to learn about this, want to learn about that. But my lane is more specific, with more like a personality led brand, meaning I want the people who watch my videos to appreciate my lens of seeing things and to get to know me as a person, to know my journey, know my why I'm doing what I do, and then maybe consider my perspective as new way to seeing things. So then that is gonna take Uncle LG longer. I have different challenges on different platforms. So with my IG, I have 450K followers. The because I used to model and I would post bikini pictures or thirst trappy pictures that my whole account has 95, 97% males and 3, 4% females, which is bad, right? Like, I mean, for what I'm trying to do now, I have a large following with males. The most I've gotten was, I think, 2019. I had 680K followers there, but I stopped posting because I've matured a little bit and I don't want to post pictures of myself like that. I don't know. So that creates a challenge because now Uncle LG on Instagram needs to work harder to find me my audience. Ideally, I want about 50-50, 50% males and 50% females, but I have a large existing male following who follows me because for beauty, let's say for beauty, for looks, or for thirst trappy things, who knows? And now, when Uncle LG has to categorize me, I had a lot of old history there. I hadn't been active for 6 years. So since 2019, I rarely post. It'll be several posts, maybe a whole year. So then my engagement is bad, where I would, let's say, make a post of myself, a picture of me, would get somewhere between 10 to 30K impression, which is bad for a large account like this compared to what I had before was 6 figures. impression, right? Because I'm not posting, and I also don't want to post pictures like that, right? I'm changing my direction completely. But it's gonna be harder for Uncle LG to find me the right audience when the signal was so confusing. So just think about it. If I find a matchmaking agency, I show up to the agency looking for hookups or something casual. So then I dress very provocatively, and I don't care because I only want to look for flings. Then, yeah, then the agency can find me what I want very quickly. But then I do it for a while, and then now I stop coming for 6 years. So then now I show up again. I'm like, hey, now I want to look for marriage. I want something serious. Send me some quality humans this way. It's so much harder to find those, by the way, right? Think about it. It's so much easier to find people to hook up. Well, I mean, I guess I don't know. Is it in a dating sense? And then now to find people who are good, who are quality, who want my specific flavor, right? Who want to see my lane in psychology and with the views that you want to see things through my lens and how I decode. So that is a very specific audience sample. So if I want to find those, it's going to take some time. And it's very confusing for Uncle LG for now because right now I have a large base, but then the people might or might not engage. And then for those who are, but it's still mostly males. So I think it's messy. The data is messy on my IG. And then when I post stuff on IG, it get cross posted to Facebook. And on my Facebook, it's so random. It usually gets at least several hundred views, which is good because it shows the view count on a combined view count on Instagram too. And then one time I posted this video about a hash brown story. You can find it on my profile. That video, for some random reason, got a big push from Uncle LG on Facebook. I was like, interesting. It's big to me. It's the biggest push I've ever gotten from the first try with a cold audience is 8,000 views, but which is still pretty random because I'm like, wait a second. It makes me feel like it's kind of like when you go to Christmas party, you bump into an uncle that you haven't seen, haven't thought about, haven't spoken to in years, and then now you see the uncle and he gives you a big cash gift. Like, here you go, 500 bucks. And you're like, what? What? So that was a pleasant surprise. And with my TikTok, I created my account, I think several months ago, and I use it to do my TikTok live. I met so many nice people in my life that it was amazing. I created a cute little community. I did it for 2 months, I think, and I get what 1.5K, 1,500 followers there, which is good. And then on there, my community, I gotta give props to my community. I got high engagement with my room. We talk about psychology, we talk about different topics, and we decode it. So it was great. But then maybe because it was male dominant, it feels like a cafe with guys chatting with each other. So the girls might have felt intimidated to speak when all the guys are talking to each other. It was so much masculine energy. I still have several female viewers, which was great. But overall, my TikTok followers situation, I have 85% males, 15% females. And for some reason, so far I've only had 20 to 30 videos. All my videos on TikTok, each one of them has been pushed to FYP small, like between 100 to 200. And the ratio, every single one video is 85% males and 15% females. So I don't know. I feel like Uncle LG on TikTok is like, okay, your existing follower is 85% males. Let me just send you 85 males and 15 ladies. I don't know. I don't know how it works and if it's going to stay like this forever. I hope not. And then on YouTube, YouTube is pretty clean. I only have psychology videos there, so there's no confusion. And I have 94 subs right now. So, which is great. Everything is slow, but it's great. So, hopefully, all this will change soon. I can see some results soon. I'm a big advocate of minimal effort and maximum results. But right now, all I have seen is maximum efforts and very, very minimal results. I'm like, that's not okay. I just try to post this to bring you into my world so you know what I go through and you are here with at the start with this whole creator journey. And maybe I don't have to be so proper. I don't have to research for everything before I post it. This is just my perspective on how I do this and how I reframe and how I even look at a social situation. I just feel like this is another way of me communicating and building my community. So, and if you're already watching this much, this far, you're here with me. And it's too late. You can't leave right now. You can check out, but you can't leave. Ha!